Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and welcome to week 66 of the Content Creator live streams. All ready to go. This is going to go and it's going to zoom in onto that screen. I shouldn't do that. I should actually get it to like properly zoom in. That would be pretty cool. I don't know whether that's even possible, but we're all ready to go. Let's start the playlist. 7 tracks to go. Once more, another month of live streamy goodness. So as always, the first 3 Saturdays of every single month, we're here on YouTube to go through 7 tracks from every platform. PS4 is the first Saturday of the month. PC is the last Saturday, the third Saturday of the month, and Xbox One is the second Saturday of the month. I don't know why I did it in that order. PS4, Xbox One, PC. For the first, second and third Saturdays of every single month. Let me swap this out. There we go. Thank you, Gary, for becoming the latest member to the group. Thank you for clicking that join button and getting all the perks. For those who want to submit their own tracks, the link is down below in the description. And all the links for all of the tracks that we'll see tonight are down below in the description as well, in the order in which we play them. And let's have a look at some tracks. So the first 3 tracks tonight are event racing tracks. So we're all going to be doing pit stops to test out the pit lane of these tracks, because obviously a pit lane is important when it's trying to be a proper event circuit. So welcome everybody, welcome to the stream, welcome to the video if you're watching this afterwards. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully we see some good tracks that those of you on PS4 can get for yourself and add to your playlists and race and have fun with. Or those of you on other platforms who are making your own tracks can get some ideas based on the quality of these tracks that are good enough to be considered community verified. And maybe some criticisms that we'll give for some of the tracks as well. I personally hope for a spider incident. No! God damn it, I knew I'd messed that up. To elaborate on that. I still came for it, okay. I walked into my room earlier and found a massive spider web coming from my window. So I feel like there's a spider in this room somewhere. I just don't know exactly where. Okay, that didn't go so well. Might as well go in the pit lane. So I think that pit lane works. Functional. Uh-oh. The entrance to the pit lane didn't seem like it was the best. Considering it was like on the exit of a corner. We'll have another look on the next lap. That was all my bad. I clipped his back end. God damn it. Okay, great start, by the way. Great start to the stream. Great start to the racing. God damn it. He didn't have to wait for that. That was all my fault. I think, anyway. I submitted the track in April and it got a 1.65. The track's it's on Xbox. How can I improve it? Join the content creator hub and ask for feedback. If you're getting a score of 1.65, it probably means that you haven't had anybody play it and give you any kind of feedback, and you need something like that to get a decent track. Nobody can create a good track on their own without any kind of input from anybody else, and feedback and constant revisions. So as far as this track goes, it seems pretty nice layout-wise. I'm not really seeing any issues with regards to props. Yeah, I mean... I feel like it would be better if that were reversed. If the pit lane was on the right and the regular track was to the left, I feel like that would work better. At the minute, it just kind of you exit the corner and then you drive into the pit lane, like without even meaning to. Like right there, drifting would have worked. There too. Why are you saying drifting would work? Drifting is the slowest way to get around the corner. Drifting will always be slower than taking a corner properly. Yeah, I mean, I like the track extension. Yeah, the Content Creator Hub is linked on the Broughy.com/verified site page and on the submission form as well. It's a Discord server and a lot of creators are in there and use that and get feedback and stuff like that. Uh-oh, that wasn't good. Yeah, the track extension is pretty good. I feel like there's a few places where there's a few leftover props. Can those be knocked over? Those fences on the right hand side there, maybe? I feel like it needs another going through to have a little bit of a look at props left on the track, or props that can be hit in certain situations. And I'm not sure about that pit lane location. Yeah, I don't like the pit lane here. Pit lane should just be on the right hand side, I think. You should have to go offline to go into the pit lane. Wow. What? You should have to go offline to go into the pit lane. It shouldn't be the other way around, I think. But apart from that, I mean, it's a nice layout. It's a nicely created, good props. I mean, once you get used to the pit lane location, I feel like maybe it's okay. But I also feel like it could potentially be the cause of some issue if you're like side by side with someone and they end up just, you know, putting you into the pit lane. It just feels a little bit unnatural that you have to dodge the pit lane rather than the pit lane being off the track. Under what category should I submit a track if it only has 20% off-road sections? Well, I think still off-road unless it's got a specific theme, to be honest. Unless a track... I mean, any part of off-road circuit on a track...
He gets such a huge boost from...
is probably enough to make it off-road worthy. Certainly it wouldn't be a regular circuit. Maybe a playlist race could have a little bit of off-road in, just as a way to get somewhere else, but I think you'd struggle to get that through, to be honest. Racing Panda with the 5 CHF. CHF. Swiss francs? I mean, we can leave it on supers as the default. Pit stop on this one as well. Everybody in the race. Pit stops on these first 3 for everybody. No top 5 supercars for this. Just the usuals, the old guard. Should be about right. Thank you for the 5 Swiss francs. Hope you had a nice day and happy birthday. It is not my birthday, stop it. But thank you so much, Racing Panda, for the super chat. Recited, I did have too much Red Bull, yes. But something slight drift. Yeah, if anyone believes that drifting around a corner is quicker in any way, regardless of the corner, than just taking it normally, then you need to watch GTA Fact Finding Episode 6. How to go faster. That's the last I'll say about it, because I'm not about to, you know, start a lesson in how to race properly in a stream that's meant to showcase some tracks. Should I use the Tempesta? I never use the Tempesta. I'm using it. The T20 is allowed, yes. It's just the top 5 that aren't. Zentorno's fine. The top 5 are the 3 big downforce cars, the Wagner, the RE7B and the Autark, plus the XA21 and the Devastate. Alright, another event track. So the way that, for those who don't know and are new, welcome to the streams, by the way, if you are new. But for those who don't know how this works, everyone who submits a track gets their track tested by a number of community verified testers. They rate the tracks from a score of 1 to 5. If a track gets an average score of over 4 or higher, it's good enough to be considered community verified. And therefore showcased on these streams. This is the lowest scored of our 3 event tracks. First track was a 4.36, this one's a 4.1. The third event track that we're going to play just after this is a 4.81, which is one of the highest scores on any platform we've had, so looking forward to seeing what that's like. But yeah, these are the first 3 tracks are event racing tracks, which means they need to have pit lanes, they need to you know, not have any props that can be knocked over and cause issues for other people on the race. Basically, the idea is that the only thing that will determine who wins a race on an event track is the races themselves. There should be nothing, absolutely nothing left to the track itself. No randomness. I'm going to go for the pit lane on the first lap, actually. Did nobody go for a pit stop on the first lap? I hope everyone's remembering that they need to make pit stops. That pit lane was fine, I thought. Nothing wrong with that. So I'll take a bit more of a... Oh. A few people had that same issue. Take a bit more of a look on the second lap. Interesting, we got a first corner hairpin. Trying to be Spa or something. Whoever that is on the top of that thing, we have 20 slots in this race. I'm sure there's more than 20 people who would like to be in this race. If you're not gonna continue in the races, can you just leave? You're just gonna stand around and do nothing. Tell you what, I'm liking the Tempesta. I forgot how planted and balanced the Tempesta is. You chose the XA21. Okay, well you can still race and just not finish, but okay, fair enough. You're slightly forgiven. I mean, I saw a few of you in the chat say that there's quite a few poles left for an event track, but I don't really think there's the poles are in areas that would cause that much of a problem, to be honest. And there's obviously only so much that can be done. I quite like this. And that's rare for me to say for city circuits. No, I'll take another look on the third lap. Big mix of cars here. I wonder if some of them haven't pitted yet. Sorry for the sound outside. I'll close the window after this race. Like, I don't really see anywhere that I'm seeing a pole as somewhere that's ever going to have a car. Like, those tiny ones don't really, they're inconsequential. The only one that is slightly potentially dangerous is that one on the left there. But even then... I don't really think there's a major issue with lampposts here. Maybe on the left there, but... I mean, for a city track, this is pretty much as good as you can probably expect, unless it's a shorter circuit that you can do a lot of lamppost removal on. Tempest is a pretty good car. I forgot how balanced it is, cornering wise. Yeah, I feel like some of the Apex props could be a little bit better, maybe. Oh, another position gained. There's top 5. Beautiful. Top 5's always possible. Like some of the red blocks are a little bit dodgy, I think, on some of the apexes of the corners. They're not majorly necessary. But in general, I think it's a pretty nice creation. Does the job well. Can certainly use it in an event. And I'll close that window. Yeah, the only problem with the Tempesta is its lack of top
Guys
speed.
who hit me and taking names.
Taking names. I don't think the pit lane was terrible at all. I didn't mind the pit lane. I preferred the pit lane here to the pit lane on the last track, honestly. I feel like there's probably better locations for it, especially considering there's a lot of usage of the highways. It is a bit short, and I suppose the exit of the pit lane does put you back into traffic. Oh, best lap, there you go. Can you believe it? It does put you back into traffic at a slow speed. All right, I'm okay. I'm seeing your criticisms with it that you're saying in the chat. It's putting you back into slow speed. Yeah, there has to be a better location for the pit lane around that area. Even after the hairpin, so you've got the pit lane. You come out of the pit lane and you go up that, like, on the ramp and then do the hairpin. Surely you can go, like, to the right of that section and then follow the highway around and curve around a bit or something. I feel like that might be a better pit lane. There has to be a better place, I suppose, for it. But I can see what you guys were saying with that. Let's do... Are we really doing another... No, let's do sports. Let's do... we'll do 4 laps, I suppose. I'll put it on GTA again. In general, I think it's fine. I think it could still do with a bit more... The previous track, it could still do with a bit more refinement. A few props used differently and stuff like that.
Oh,
and
what
yeah,
a scumbag!
A different pit lane might be a good idea. Somewhere different, but in general, as a base level, I quite liked the layout of the track for a city circuit. Doesn't and that doesn't happen often, I suppose, with city circuits for me. So no top 4 sports cars. Pariah, GTO, Comet SR, or Elegy RH8. That's what you're not allowed to use. Anything else, you're fine with. This is the track that scored 4.81. Remember, pit lane, pit stop for everybody. I didn't see a destructible prop used as an Apex prop Ajax on that last one. The pit lane on the last track should have gone on the other up ramp.
Guys who
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Names.
Or somewhere around there.
Taking names.
You can do a lot with pit lanes when it comes to the on ramps and off ramps on the freeway, to be honest. Right, Netrex with the $10 donation. Thank you, Netrex. Slight drifts are the fastest way around the corner. You know this. Netrex, don't start with me. Warning you. Thank you, Netrex. And D for Dom, you became a member, and well, thank you for becoming a member first of all. Hopefully you enjoy all the perks that becoming a member gives you. Use the emotes in the chat. If you're a member and you have the emotes available in the chat, get them used. I want to see emotes in chat. And thank you for the $10 super chat as well, D for Dom. I'll catch up with what you said after this race though. So a Palito Bay race, a Palito Bay event track no less, and a Palito Bay event track that got a 4.8 rating. That's something that I've never seen before. I'm going to be curious to see what this is like. Where's the pit lane? I put it on GTA mode, right? A pit lane should show somewhere. I'm not seeing any... Yeah, it is on GTA mode. Neon does not have good traction, but it's got the acceleration. Oh, there's the pit lane. Alright, we'll go pit lane first lap. Yeah, this is a perfect example of a perfectly executed
Oh, what
pit
a
lane.
scumbag!
It's off the racing line. You have to move off the racing line and out of the path of other traffic to enter the pit lane, and then it puts you back out into traffic again off the racing line. Nice and visible, exactly. If anyone's creating an event track and is unsure how to properly do a pit lane, that is a perfect example. You basically want to be able to move away from other drivers to go into it, and you want it to spit you out also away from other drivers. You can get back up to speed and then filter into the race. So Palito Bay, there's not an awful lot to Palito Bay. That's why you don't see many racetracks around there. So you have to create a custom section utilising Palito Bay. That's what I like to see, by the way, in the chat. I'm seeing all those emotes. I see you guys. See, you know, for a Palito Bay track, it needs to have some level of track extension. As we've seen, it goes off over the sea to create some track extension. And it does that pretty well. It makes it interesting. It's not just... So many times I see track extension in certain places, just a load of stunt props randomly placed in various locations without really much thought, and it just becomes not interesting at all. So yeah, this is probably... I mean, I can see why this scored so highly. I would certainly say there's nothing that I'm seeing that's wrong with it from an objective creator perspective. It's using all the right props. It's an interesting track in a unique location, utilizing Palito Bay pretty well. I even like the little track extensions there that are, you know, put you over some curbs and stuff, because Palito Bay can be quite bumpy in certain areas. Well, really? Am I waiting for that? It seemed like he just continued turning even though I was there and caused the crash. I mean, he's still right behind me. What happened to him? Bloody hell. Intriguing battle this though, because there's certain sections where the neon is great with the acceleration, and then other sections where it's really down the order because of the top speed. It's got no top speed, so there's quite a few top speed sections. I'm going to say that this is probably the best Palito Bay track that I've raced on, and probably the first Palito Bay track. that I would say is capable of hosting an event. I've played on a few in the past, and they're fun in their own right, but for what I would consider to be a proper racing event track, I think this is the first one from Palito Bay that I've seen. Because again, they are just so difficult to do around here properly. You have to be a very, very experienced track creator. You can't just start a track at Palito Bay as a new creator and expect to create something. There's a good tip, by the way. If you're a budding track creator and you're new to it and you want to learn, create something in Blaine County first, then move on to other areas. Thank you guys for the memberings, by the way. I will catch up with them after the race. Or the airport, but the airport, I feel like it's quite easy to create something just too boring and you don't learn anything. Blaine County just kind of always works. You can create something super simple in Blaine County and it will still be an interesting race. And then you can like add to it or change things about a little bit. Too wide. Gonna need that acceleration. I don't know whether I'm gonna get it by the end though. Nah, we're alright. Jester doesn't have great top speed, but it's alright, but it's not fantastic. Yeah, the problem with Grapeseed is creating uniqueness, but I don't think that's necessarily going to be an issue for someone who's new to track creation. You don't really need to create uniqueness. You just need to create something competent and learn how to create a good track first, and then you can move on to something more complex. Yeah, that's a nice track. I can see why it scored so highly. And especially for it being a Palito Bay track as well. Really nice. D for Dom, thank you for the $10 super chat earlier. Hey Bruffy, been watching for years now. Hopefully sometime we get to race together. Thank you, man. All the ways that anybody can get into these races, or not these races, well, yeah, sometimes these races, but races that I do on my Twitch streams as well. All the info is on bruffy.com/join. It explains everything. We don't open up the crew for these races because it's all about showcasing the tracks rather than just getting people into the, you know, to have some races. But we do open up the crew for Sunday streams and all that kind of stuff. And if you do enjoy these YouTube streams, feel free to come to the Twitch streams. Yeah, I suppose if there is a bad hitbox somewhere on there, then obviously that needs to be looked at. And yeah, that outside edge with all the poles and the fire hydrant that popped up at one point during that race isn't necessarily the best. But in general, for a Palito Bay event track, that's pretty nice. I've not seen better than that before. Right. Everybody in a June for this race, by the way. Netrex became a member, and so did Orphan Petting Zoo. Thank you guys for becoming members. Use the emotes, have fun being a member, enjoy all the perks that becoming a member gives you, like the early testing info and the monthly posts and the special thing on Discord. 1 lap. All right, we'll do 1 lap. I thought that might be the case. Yeah, thank you guys. Orphan Petting Zoo, Netrex, D for Dom, and Gary McMahon. You all 4 members in just this one stream. That has not happened. In fact, Gary's happened on the pre-show on Twitch. So, oh well, I can't. I was going to play it again, but the alert hasn't come through again, so never mind. But thank you guys for becoming members. Enjoy the emotes and all that kind of stuff. You took my YouTube member, Cherry Bruffy. Ah, that's Senpai emote. I don't know why I let people talk me into uploading that onto YouTube as well. It isn't yet, James, no. I just scraped under the razor wire. You did indeed, Gary. Alright, so it's the first day of June. It's the 1st of June. It's the first content creator stream of June. And of course, just by chance, this wasn't actually, I didn't plan this, but by chance, we have a June race. The greatest machine in the game. Oh my days. Good start. Absolutely great start. I can't believe I'm still going. It's called June Rampage, so I guess that makes sense. It's a stunt racing track. Okay, so it's actually... Oh, wow, we got through all of that. Oh, not that bit though. That'll do though. That'll do. Straight through everybody. It was submitted as stunt racing track category. So just like your kind of your Rockstar stunt races, but most of the stuff we see on these streams are a lot better than whatever Rockstar pumps out. I'm sure this is going to be no different. Yeah, for those who have never been on Twitch, every month there's one emote slot that I utilise for limited edition emotes. So those who are in my Twitch streams can vote on which emote will fill that slot for the month. And this month it was of course the June emote. So for subscribers on Twitch, there's a little June that you can use during June on Twitch. I guess we're gonna have to do a fair few. Wow, this is pretty cool. I guess we're gonna have to do a fair few June races in June. This is pretty fun already. Like, I feel like it's so difficult to do stunt races properly, such that they're fun and not just garbage hobbled together nonsense. Like some of the stuff that Rockstar verified when they verified those 5 races back in the day. Like, it takes a lot to make a stunt race good. You have to do a lot of, you know, like as I said in the chat just there, that jump being perfectly balanced. Obviously it's designed for dunes, a race that's designed for it, and all the jumps are spaced apart in the right way so that the dunes will make it perfectly and all that kind of stuff. Like, it takes a bit of nuance. It's not just about slapping a load of props together. I mean, no kind of track creation is about that. You'll never create a good track with that. But yeah, the fact that this is in the June makes it even better, because this is just the most majestic vehicle in existence. I've done this track in the Omnis, it works perfectly. Well, I imagine this track would work in anything if it will work in a June. Even got crossover sections. We had a June track. I can't remember what was it. Xbox? It was the Xbox. Last month's Xbox stream, wasn't it? That was a good track as well. Good bit of fun. It's always good to mix up these races. Oh! I sent him right. That was fun. That was good fun. When it comes to, I think we're seeing the fruits of opening up the track submissions to allow people to submit a regular racing track and something different every submission wave. Getting a little bit more variety with tracks and something fun. Yeah, we probably could have done 2 laps with that. 2 laps would have been too long. 1 lap was too short. But yeah, that was good fun. It was enough to showcase the how fun the track is, let's say. Hey Bruffy, when will you get your first community thread win? Oh, I have no idea. It's going to be so long. It's going to be at least a week for those who watch the community threads on the second channel. That was fun. So the next track is a rally track. I don't know whether it's a rally track or a rally cross track. If it's a rally cross track, everybody needs to do a Joker lap. Lol, you do streams. I do. I've been doing streams for quite a while. Alright, that looks more like a regular rally circuit. It's not really rally cross, is it? Let's leave it on 3 laps. That should probably be about right for the rally sports cars. As it says in the description, vehicles are restricted. That's what I like to see. So no joker laps, no pit lanes or anything else for the rest of the stream. Just go at the start and go. 4 laps? 4 laps would be 6 minutes. Alright, I'm going to put it to 4 laps. And if we would have done 3 laps in 6 minutes, then I'm going to blame you lot. How do I join the crew? The join command explains all. The link in there anyway. Whenever Nightbot catches up. It's closed for this race this stream though. No jokers in this one, Mark. 0 joker laps. The banned cars will present themselves, I think, because the vehicles are restricted in the creator, which is how it should be. A joker lap is a secondary route on a rally track that's longer than the normal route. That is true. It acts as a pit lane. That is not true. The joker lap is something that's used in... oh, the Flash GT's banned. Yeah, you're not allowed to use the Flash GT. Holy cow. When it said vehicles restricted, I assumed that the Flash GT would be one of them. Yeah, on a rallycross circuits are normally like a minute long in terms of lap time. So the joker lap is it's basically you have to take a joker lap once during the race. It can be on any lap, but it's just part of... If you don't go look up some rallycross races on YouTube because they're great. They're such good fun. Wow, first. First corner crash, and then everybody just drives back into this. Ah. Great re-entry, indeed. Okay, this track is incredible. That's why I haven't spoken. Yeah, so this is the track from the thumbnail. I didn't even realise. When I get those thumbnails, I just sort of pick a track that might have a good thumbnail to it and drive around somewhere. And this one, I think I pretty much just went straight to that jump because it was on the thumbnail for the track itself. So I didn't really drive the circuit. This is such a good rally track. It's just so much fun. Different surfaces as well. A bit of road, a bit of sort of pavement that's not quite as grippy as road, but not quite as bad as dirt. And proper dirt as well. You've got the jump with the arrow that lets you know that you're going to have a right turn after the jump. And the jump is supposed to be a broken bridge, which is a nice touch. This is great fun. Oh, okay, you don't want to go too far over there then. Two laps done in 4 minutes. I think I'm about to start complaining about the fact that 3 laps would have actually been perfect. I should just listen to myself. Scumbag saying 4 laps. I'm not going to complain too much though, because I don't mind doing an extra lap of this. That was a cool moment as the car was going over the jump as I was going underneath it. Yeah, this is good fun. Good track. Good layout. Well created. That bridge, broken bridge jump thing is really nicely done as well. Great rally track. This massive group of cars have been racing all the way through. And just as I say that, I've totally jinxed it because two of them get taken out. Total mess at the hairpin. The only thing that this track has done is put a smile on my face. And I really can't complain about that. Where did that speed come from? Excuse me? That made me happy. That made me very happy. That made me very happy. I forgot to mention how much I love the Omnis. Sorry. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. I was too... I mean, maybe I had Omnis glasses on. And the track is better than what it is because I was looking at it through the eyes of the wonderful Omnis. But that was awesome. That was such a good track. That was so much fun. Can't fault it. I think that was my favorite race that we've done tonight. Track and car combo. Yeah, I knew that 3 laps was going to be right for 6 minutes for a race on an off-road track, but I'm not gonna complain about it being an extra lap. How many laps for this one though? I mean, we can keep it on 9. This is just a regular race, by the way. Any sports classic will do. Regular playlist race are the last 2 tracks. We're not doing event tracks. So no pit lanes required or anything like that. 9. I don't know. kind of how long. It's obviously a pretty short track, but 1.24 miles. I normally try to do 10 miles for every track, and that makes it about 6 minutes for a race. I'll leave it on 9. Sebastian Font with the $3 donation. Let me just choose a car. Should I do the Rapid GT Classic this time? I can't do it. I enjoy the Turismo Classic so much. Mamba advised or anything unstable. Let's use the swinger. I did it at the last minute. Have you watched an IndyCar race? If so, what's your take on it? I've watched all the IndyCar races this year. I enjoy it. It's fun. This may have been a mistake, using the swinger. Stupid advanced handling flags. But it looked like it was mostly stunt road, so maybe I'll get away with it. If it's smooth enough. I think I've gotten away with it. Oh wow, we're going under here. Oh, that's a great use of this area of the map. And there's a lap done. Very short lap indeed. I don't have the grip in the corners to hold off a Turismo or a Cheetah. I can see why the description said Mamba or anything unstable, because the track does lend itself quite well to those kind of cars with the little bumps and stuff, just unsettling the car and you've got to hold it. Bye bye good cars. There you go. Here's to all the naysayers who complain that I always use the same car. This is what happens when you don't use something that can compete. Wow, that's one hell of a takeout right there. Bloody hell. No, no, no. And down I go. Thank you for the $3 donation, Sebastian Font. I appreciate it. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Yeah, this is a fun little track. Short tracks can be really good. They can just be great fun. Again, it's a regular play. This was submitted as a regular playlist race. It wasn't submitted as an event race. And it's just meant to be something, you know, fun that you can pop into a playlist and have some interesting racing on. Wow. You gotta be careful on the outside there, though. So the first couple of laps started well. Not so much the last couple. I think 9 laps was definitely too long. But hey ho, there you go. It is what it is. Oh, that's a good corner. This whole section underneath here. I wish the Swigger didn't have advanced handling flags. I really do. It would be so good without them. I'd probably use it more than any other sports classic car. That time we raced it on Project Homecoming without the advanced flags, it was beautiful to drive. Yeah, good fun track. Again, the links for all the tracks that we've played tonight that are in the description, they're in the order in which we play them. So this is the second last track in the list. Our last 2 tracks are event racing tracks. Our regular playlist tracks, I should say, not event racing tracks is what I wanted to say there. Sorry. The reason that I've gone quieter in this one is just because I'm using all of my mental capacity to keep this swinger going straight. It's a bit unstable, but I'll be honest, it's making it even more fun, the track, with the certain sections. These corners are not just flat out, don't worry about it type deals. I love that last corner through the cave. I don't think I've ever raced around there before. Tell you what, this track would probably be good for a random all. About the right length. Oh, what a scumbag! Considering I've been in a swinger, I don't think this has been too bad. Don't know whether I can hold off this Turismo though, it's come up pretty quickly on me. It's just impossible when there's just, you know, they're flat out better cars. It's impossible to compete. Held it. That was actually fun. I enjoyed that. That stinger was fun as well. Stinger? Swinger, I should say. I would use the Swinger so much if it didn't have the advanced handling flags. So much. God, my lap time was terrible in comparison to the rest. I was driving that Swinger as quick as I possibly could, and I was a good couple of seconds off the best lap and the laps of everybody else. It just shows the difference in cars at the top end. Yeah, great track. Fun little track, for sure. Random all. I'll have to see about getting that on Project Homecoming. Hold the Door has become a member as well. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Hold the Door, welcome. He said something. Hey there, scum gang. Thank you, Hold the Door. See, you're using the emotes already. Good stuff. Yeah, that was a good track. I enjoyed. Alright, last one. Regular track. Looks like we're in Grapeseed. What haven't we done? We've done Super Sport, Sport Classics, Muscle. Should we do SUVs? Should we do... What if we do classic muscle? So none of the top few muscles. 3 laps, it should be about right. So nothing above the regular Dominator is allowed. So we're talking anything that's got Dominator in the name, you're not allowed. The Duke of Death, the Sabre Turbo Custom, the Yosemite, the Clique. What else? Those new vehicles. The Ellie, I think, was quicker. Basically classic stuff. The Blade, the Dukes, the Ruiner, Stallion, Gauntlet, stuff like that. What am I gonna have? I think I might take the Redwood Gauntlet. No, the Ellie, yeah, the Ellie is below that line. I think the Ellie would be okay in this race. You can't use the Clique. I need to sort out the banned muscles command. We have on Twitch at least, there's the banned sports and banned supers command, but I need to sort it out for like sports classics and muscles for when we want to do different races. It's raining, by the way. Typical that it's raining in a muscle car race. Someone's in a Dominator, that was banned. As long as he doesn't finish. How is the Gauntlet a classic? I mean, it was out before, it was out when the game was released. The Gauntlet's been in the game for 6 years nearly. Not the Redwood variant, I suppose, but that's 5 years nearly, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, when I say classic muscle cars, I mean vehicle, the old style of muscle cars that used to be at the top of the muscle cars class before we got things like the Pisswasser Dominator, the Sabre Turbo Custom that destroyed the class. So, rain. Shame we don't have the GTA weather command on YouTube. Just on Twitch. We would have known this was coming. Track is verified, I'm sure. Oh. It might have got a score of less than 4, but god damn it. There is a separate thing that we do now, where if it's like 80% of the testers give a track a score of 4 or higher, but it doesn't get a score of 4 overall, we give it a score of 4. So if it gets like 3.98 or something like that, but you know, 9 of the 10 testers gave it a score of 4, then it would continue to get the score of 4 rather than just strictly be averaged. So I think that's what the case was with this, from what I can remember. It's been a while since I added all the tracks to the spreadsheet that I use for these playlists. Do you ever do go-karting? Have you never seen my real life racing series, Captain Obvious? Just search my channel for real life racing 2014 and 2015. Or 2018. Or just create a more intuitive scoring system. Well, I shall await your suggestion. When's the spreadsheet going to be updated? I don't know. It's based on the testers on each platform to update it as and when the tracks are tested. Feedback on the track. I mean, I think it's too wet. I think it works as a playlist track. I think there's nothing necessarily that majorly makes it stand out as a playlist track, which is kind of what you need for playlist circuits, I suppose. Event tracks can be a bit more boring if they're executed perfectly. But I mean, this section is pretty nice. This works. I don't see anything majorly wrong. The custom created section makes something sort of different enough, I suppose. Is this... I was going to ask about that. Is that low traction stuff? Because I didn't hear the sound of like wood that you normally hear supposedly for the low traction stuff. If that's the case, then that needs to be proper stunt roads, I guess. But that circular section is quite nice. I don't think there's any really need for that wall there. Actually, I take it back what I said about it not having enough to stand out. Now that I'm thinking about it, it is pretty unique, like that section. I think it works well. I think it's a good playlist track. You can get some good fun racing on it. Maybe in a few areas there's a few too many walls, like on the exit of that last corner or something, where they're not really needed. It would feel a bit more natural without them to just let the car run wide. No, I think it's a pretty fun track. A good new grapeseed thing. Yeah, I think a 4 is about right. I don't think it has anything. There's still improvement that could be done with the certain sections, especially if I suppose instead of if those bits are low traction areas, then yeah, they need to be fixed. And maybe, you know, refined a little bit in certain areas, but I mean, there was enough. I think there was enough different to make it warranting of being verified, I guess. But it wasn't sort of. It wasn't like mind-blowing, scoring a 5 sort of deal. I had fun. I had a good race. That's what matters. So those are our 7 circuits. What should we do for the final? Does everybody use swingers? In fact, we don't need non-contact. Let's just do normal. Everybody in the swinger. We'll put it on stock. Everybody can use a swinger. So yeah, those are our 7 circuits. The links for them are in the description. I think those of you who are talking about changes to the scoring system for these tracks, what you're saying is way too complicated. It's not necessary for that level of complexity when it comes to something like this. All we're trying to do is showcase some decent tracks. But yeah, well, let's everybody do a swinger for this. But yeah, those are the 7 tracks that we've played. They're all down below in the description. If you want any more information about how any of this works, the link, the broughy.com/verified link is also in the description. That's where you can submit your own tracks as well. And yeah, thank you to those of you who became a member. I don't think this is the most we've had in one stream, but I think it's close to it. I think the most that we've had is like 7 or something in a single stream, which is pretty crazy, to be honest. We rarely get one, so thank you guys for becoming members. And yeah, just to follow on from the GTA weather command, if you do want to get on my Discord or my Twitch streams, if you type !GTA weather in the chat, you'll get the current weather and when it will next rain, because the weather is on a 16-day cycle in real life, and it's possible to predict it. As the blimp says, thank you for watching. This track at the end is my first ever created track, and the reason that it's here is just to use it to make the playlist only available to 20 players instead of 30, so that there's less crashes and craziness, because it would be even worse with 30. And we always try to do something a bit fun and weird with this track at the end, just these one-lap shootouts. This isn't part of the showcase tracks. I would say I actively recommend you probably not racing this unless you just want something that's a bit crazy. Yeah, I created this on the very first day that the creator came out back in 2013. Oh my god, people did not have fun with the swinger down there. Oh, I knew the swinger was going to be bad on this back straight, but I didn't think it was going to be that bad. Second for life looks like it's going to be. Ah, good times. Boing, boing, boing. And there we have a perfect example of the advanced handling flags and why we need to get rid of them. Oh, and I'm guessing these guys are driving the swinger the proper way that it should be driven, because the back looks like the front and the front looks like the back. You know a car is good when 2 people lose it on a straight. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, as always. Thank you for being here. These streams are obviously quite short. We do them 3 times a month on YouTube, every single Saturday, well, the first 3 Saturdays of every month. But if you're enjoying these streams, feel free to jump in on my Twitch streams. We have a lot of fun over there 3 times a week. Bruffy.com/schedule is where you get all the information about when I stream and what platform I'm going to be on as well. That's at the bottom of the page now. Join the Discord, follow on Twitch as well. There's the social media, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for all the support. Thank you to the new members. Can't believe we've had so many new members in one stream. Thank you so much. Hopefully this stream has been fun. The video has been fun if you're watching this afterwards. Thank you for coming out to the stream. Thank you to those down below for the super chats and the donations as well. Just thank you all so much just for the continued support, whether it's streams or videos. I really appreciate it. So yeah, that'll just about do us. Thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you here next week for the Xbox tracks to go it all over again. Alright, thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye.